Yo, what's going on there, everybody in the paintball world? This is Cesar Pizzo at Lone Wolf Paintball, and we are going to be talking about the MXR from Dye. Quick little maintenance video. Remember always to remove the actual battery saver. Comes out of the front foregrip.
You'd be surprised how many times we get a call about that.
Yep. So basically we've got your whole bolt system, have it disassembled. It goes this direction here. All right. You got your soft tip bolt on here. You've got your bolt O-ring, which this is a dynamic O-ring. You have the inside can O-ring, which is a dynamic O-ring. There's also a bumper inside this one in here. And then you've got your actual bolt guide. So that's how those steps come out. So when it goes back in, you're going to go in. Springs on the inside. The guide spring goes inside there. Make sure you line that up. That goes all like that. And then the actual can is what keeps everything lined up and straight. So for all purposes, everybody always wants to know what to lubricate the most. You've got your actual dynamic O-rings. This is your ID for your inside of your bolt. Take that off. You want to lubricate it. Put a little bit of lube on the inside of the O-ring track. Basically, I always use, like I said, I use a brush. You don't have to put much on, and you go inside the actual O-ring groove. Then you go ahead and you put the O-ring back on. Any excess, just go ahead and apply it on top of the O-ring. Same thing with the bolt O-ring right here. Like that. Real simple. Put it back on, and then so on and so forth. Same thing with the dynamic O-ring inside the can. Put it back together like this. If you want to put a little bit of lubricant on the inside of the can, wiping it inside here with the brush, you can after it's installed, because what happens is all the actual O-ring is pulling the lube forward and it's cycling through here. And if it vents out on any of these holes, you've got too much in there. So that's how you assemble it. Then you can put on the actual soft tip bolt, the tip on it, like that.
And it just pops right on.
Yeah, they pop right on. It's real simple. Don't force anything. And then go ahead and put the actual inside the bolt, inside the can, just like that. Nice and lubricated. And then you've got the spring guide that goes down inside there, inside here, and then go ahead and screw everything back together. That's as deep as you want to go for just basic maintenance on this MXR bolt system. Is there anything else you want me to touch on? If anybody out there, I've said this many times, if there's an actual gun that you want us to videotape and show you, just let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, actually, can you touch on that new aluminum eye pipe that's on the inside there? So a couple people have been changing a couple things. Basically, changing the O-ring when they have smaller paint.
So basically what you're going to do is you're going to pull the eye pipe out.
Yeah, and now
they're a little stiffer than the normal ones.
Yeah, they're in there. They're definitely meant to not be shot out anymore, but I mean, they can still do that. But people are changing that, was it the 016, 015 with the orange?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
So basically what you're doing is that this O-ring inside here comes out. I don't know if you can focus in on that. Can you see?
I'll get it later.
Yeah, I mean, it's like right inside here. You'll see it. What happens is the O-ring, since there's flat spots on both sides, that O-ring goes from a circle inside of it, and that's where the ball actually catches right here.
So if you have smaller paint, you should be changing it to a smaller O-ring.
Right here. I don't know if you can focus in on the fingers. No? All right.
But yeah, you should be changing it to another O-ring. Not necessarily if it's super brittle paint, because then you don't want it to break,
and you don't want to use a 90 durometer O-ring in these. A lot of people think if you're going to put a stiffer O-ring, it's going to last longer. I would really stay around the 70 durometer. And that is the actual
softness or hardness. Right?
It's the hardness of the O-ring. They make 50s, they make 60s, they got 70s, and they also have 90s. So I would not go anything more than a 70, because what it's going to do is not going to be forgiving on the ball when it's going through.
So if you went, I know they're going to ask this, if you went lower to a softer one, what's it going to do? Is it just going to break, or is it going to...
Technically, the bolt itself could eventually crack or cut the O-ring.
Cut the O-ring, so you want to just stay around 70.
Yeah, if you can stay around a 70 diameter O-ring, you should be fine.
Okay.
So, and then, basically just check that once in a while. Realistically, what's going to get the most wear and tear is inside this bolt system. So that's where a lot of it's going to be, wearing out on you.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, nice, easy lube job because it's super easy bolt.
Oh yeah, it's a real simple bolt.
Check your O-ring on your aluminum eye pipe there.
Correct. And, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, that's really the way to go on that. Cool. Pizzo, anything else?
That's about it. Like I said, if you guys want to see any other tech talk about any other markers, just let us know in the comments below, and we'll try to make a video for you. But for now, thank you for shopping, LoneWolfPaintball.com.